Yo, what is up, y'all? It's your boy, Coop the Super Saiyan Guy, and welcome to our WWE Fastlane 2019 Pay-Per-View Predictions video. We're live from the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, Ohio. I personally don't think this pay-per-view should even be a thing. It should be Elimination Chamber. You have that long to just build to it into Mania. But I'm not the person that runs the motherfucking company, so they can do whatever the fuck they want to. But I don't have to be happy about it. I might bitch, I might complain about it, but it doesn't matter. My phone charger is, my phone is about to die, so give me a quick minute to put this bitch on charge while I do this shit. Yeah, shit real out here, but yeah, so we got Fastlane tonight. So, kickoff show, we got The New Day against Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura. I really can't say I give a genuine fuck about this match, because I don't. I really wish I could find someone that have to give a fuck about this fucking match. I don't know, but hey. But I guess with the Kofi momentum that they're putting out there, they probably want to give the New Day a win. So I want my heart says Rusev and Nakamura, just because look at these. These are two of the most underused guys on the fucking SmackDown roster. You put Andrade in that same position. Actually, can put a lot of them. SmackDown has a good roster. They just don't book anybody as well as they do. You let Ty Dillinger leave. Y'all granted him was released. Y'all never gave Ty Dillinger a fucking chance, and he was so over in NXT, and nothing happened. I won't be surprised if these two ask for their reason too. I don't think they're personally gonna re-sign Nakamura. I would love to see Nakamura go to motherfucking AEW, and he can still have some great matches and wrestle over there in Japan if they need him to. Just if they need him to. He ain't gotta be there all the time, because I think he just relocated his family here, and I know that is a big ass move from America, because you think this is where you're gonna retire, but Nakamura is completely fucking ruined. Rusev has been dead since WrestleMania 30, being fed to John Cena. I'm gonna go with the baby faces. The New Day's gonna get this win, and there's really nothing to say about that. They want to keep that Kofi momentum going. They don't want to have Kofi boys look weak. So next we got, why is this on the kickoff show? You got Rey Mysterio versus Andrade Cien Almas on the kickoff show. WWE booking, ladies and gentlemen. Let's book two guys who can legit go in the ring. Put them on the kickoff show. This is fucking sad. Am I looking at this card correctly? Am I looking at this fucking card? You gotta wait. So you're telling me that Rey Mysterio and Andrade Cien Almas are on the fucking kickoff show? Okay. I'm reading this correct. If I'm really looking at this shit correct, yeah, okay. I'm gonna go with Andrade. I think I don't know what they're doing with this man. I mean, if this was the whole pack, you could have kept him in NXT, where I'm pretty sure he was happy around that time. He was probably happy. I had just completely happy. He put on the great matches. Match of the year for 2018 with Johnny Gargano in fucking Philadelphia. Amazing shit. There was probably one of the best wrestling matches I've ever witnessed. Hands down, the best NXT Championship match that WWE has ever produced. Like that match was fucking amazing. And now we got him from going to the kickoff show. Rey Mysterio, the whole thing with Rey Mysterio, don't tell me he looks great in shape for his age, and he still moves quite well, but Rey Mysterio really doesn't even excite me anymore like how he used to. To me, he's like everybody else now, and I don't see how that's possible. I don't know if it's their booking or creative. They don't know what to do. Let's just feud them with Andrade and have them go out there and do the Eddie pose all the fucking time and shit. But I don't know. It's Rey Mysterio. He's I don't know. But it would be nice to actually want to continue this story. I actually personally think this match needs to have a championship implication to it. I believe it was that past SmackDown or this SmackDown? think it was this past SmackDown, the Go Home show, where they had that triple threat. What was that last week? That was last week. They had that triple threat match with Andrade, Rey Mysterio, and R-Truth when he did the open challenge for the U.S. title. I swear, you should have. That's when I think that Almas should have had the United States Championship, because they can have you know these guys can work together great in the ring. They can produce magic in the ring. Look what they gave us on a fucking SmackDown show. That was a fucking amazing match. Amazing match. Like, damn, these two work really well together. You should have put the title on Almas and have him walk into WrestleMania as United States Champion, carry on this same feud with Ray, and you should have had him title versus mask. Title versus mask. Good booking. Simple. But I'm not bitching anymore because now we got a legit champion in Samoa Joe for the United States Championship. And I really hope that, I don't know what they're going with this angle, but Samoa Joe did make a jab at R-Truth about, you're a fool for saying John Cena's your hero. So could that be a shot at John Cena? Could John Cena come back within a few weeks prior to the WrestleMania build? Challenge Samoa Joe for the United States Championship. John puts Joe over. Hey, that sounds pretty good if this is the whole plan to put the title on Samoa Joe, because I don't think Samoa Joe gonna do no open challenge, even though he can pass off it. We haven't had a heel do an open challenge like this. Because Samoa Joe ain't scared of shit. Just imagine who you could possibly get. I mean, as long as it's some shit we've seen before with it. Especially we got NXT calls. Well, can you fucking imagine if Johnny Gargano comes out doing a Samoa Joe open challenge? That should be awesome, because most likely he's working Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. So who says Johnny Gargano can't show up on a fucking SmackDown episode and challenge Joe for the title or something of that caliber? Joe versus Gargano, take my fucking money. So that should be incredible. Should be incredible. I'll tune into it. But I'm going Andrade for the win on that one. If Ray gets a win, they're going to continue the feud. Next, we got the Raw Tag Team Championship. The Revival versus Aleister Black and Ricochet versus Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. That's just a really chaotic match right there. I mean, first of all, WWE keeps shitting on their own words about if someone gets a title shot and they lose, they get in the back of the line. Why is Bobby Roode and Chad Gable getting a tag team championship if that was the new thing for this quote-unquote new era that the McMahons put out there? What the actual fuck? It just goes against all sense of common logic. You feel me? Like, I don't buy that. They keep having these former champions, the teams or person that just lost, get it like they did that with Ruby Riott. Ruby Riott was buried at the last pay-per-view, and then they gave her a better match the same night, the following night on Raw. Like, why is she getting an exact rematch after she just got destroyed? How did they book Ruby Riott to go out like that on a pay-per-view? That shit was, oh my god. I want better for Ruby Riott. I mean, this ain't about Ruby Riott though. But I do want better for the girl, as she's definitely entertained me since being called up from NXT. NXT, she was a baby face, and you already know she could go in the ring, but she just had no character to her. Now she's, as a heel, she's cutting better promos, and I actually like how she elevated herself up to main roster status and became that much better and that much credible. Now, if we can get a championship on her, that'd be even better. Like, you can't have this woman in your company and not put a title on her. You can't. You absolutely can't. But anyway, I'm gonna go with the Revival to retain these titles, because Roode and Gable don't click with me as a tag team, so I ain't gonna say, and they're the former champions, and I'm like, they're not a really believable tag team to me. Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, excuse me, and Chad Gable, I don't really see that. And what's the word on Jason Jordan? Can we get American Alpha back so we can actually build a fucking tag team? You can book. Why Bobby Roode has been booked as a babyface for this longest is beyond me. Like, the man came in from NXT as a heel, and you book him as a babyface just because what, a catchy theme song? God damn it. Just because of a catchy theme song that everybody likes? No. I definitely liked him better as a heel. And Bobby Roode as a heel has money all over it. And just imagine when he could be a solid mid-carder, or Bobby Roode actually needs to be in the main picture, because the man can compete. He has a great look for his age, and he's a great heel. He's just a fucking great heel. And I don't know why they've been booking him like this. I really don't. But I'm going with the Revival to win that match. Because they asked for their release. There's no reason to put the title on them and then take it off just to take it off of them. So next we got the women's tag team match. We got the Boss and Hug Connection, Sasha Banks and Bayley versus the Samoan Slaughterhouse, Nia Jax and Tamina. This is a piss break match. Like, this is a smoke break match for me. Just because I cannot fucking stand seeing Nia Jax and Tamina on my television. They are absolutely terrible in the ring. Tamina's splash is the worst thing I can ever seen in my life. When I see it, I cringe. I absolutely fucking cringe every time I see her do that. Nia Jax herself in the ring is cringe. Don't get me wrong, not bad looking women, but God, they just suck at what they do. They suck at being professional wrestlers. I'm going, oh, who the fuck you think else I'm going to go through? And that's number one. Second of all, why the fuck are they getting a title match? They were eliminated in the Elimination Chamber. They wasn't the last team. Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose deserve this spot more than they do. I'm just saying. I mean, I guess we're going to see that, but I really think they probably just wanted to get this bullshit out the way, so that way they don't ever get another tag team match against Sasha and Bayley. I'm definitely going with the Boss and Hug Connection. This is no reason that the inaugural WWE Women's Tag Team Champions would lose in a fuck-face sad fashion before WrestleMania to Nia Jax and Tamina. I do not see it. And after we get that, we're going to probably get a lot more matches. And we're going to get a lot more matches with them. I want to see what Bayley and Sasha are going to do as a tag team. They said they're going to go to all three plans. They got a Heroes Welcome when they went back to NXT. It was fucking great. That's the home. That's home for them. And they got these prizes. And now they're starting to see in NXT, they're actually starting to pair women up to actually compete with them. I don't know if this is true. I don't know. I've been seeing the pictures on Instagram. I see that Bianca Belair and Mia Yim have been tagging in live house shows. I actually think that's a probably solid tag team. That's not bad. That's not bad. Both are intense, good-looking women in the ring, and I think that would be a great match between Sasha and Bayley with them. Oh, fuck. Shit. When you put Dakota Kai and Tegan Knox, because I've seen Tegan Knox made her return, and she's doing live shows. Team Kick. That's going to be a good match with Sasha and Bayley, too. And, of course, the Sky Pirates. If you're telling me you do not want to see Sasha, Bayley, Io, and Kyrie in the same ring at the same time, you're a fucking idiot. That's got gold written all over. That's got tag team gold written all on. That's going to be their best match as tag team champions. If they keep those titles literally that long, that's going to be their best tag team match. I guarantee you that shit going to go hard. But Boss and Hood Connection defeats the Samoan Slaughterhouse. Oh, God, the name is cringe. Why didn't you slaughter what? Oh, God, I don't want to know. So next, we got the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. We got the Usos versus The Miz and Shane McMahon. Once again, why are the former champions getting a fucking rematch? You lost the titles. You get no rematch. You get the back of the line. But I guess Shane McMahon, since he kind of runs it, he can call it. Like, yeah, we'll accept another match. I'm going with the Usos. I really don't even want to talk much about this, but actually, it does have a storyline that could end up, I don't know. Because when you think back to it, what year was that? 94, 95? WCW? Yeah, WCW when Ric Flair was beefing with the Horsemen, and he said he needed a partner, and he went to Sting, and Sting told him, hey, don't screw me over. And he ended up doing it anyway, and they beat the fuck out of Sting in the ring. Now, what I actually think this could be, what if this is actually a double turn? This is the Miz's home city of Cleveland, so what if this is a double turn? What if instead, after the Usos win, Shane McMahon attacks the Miz? Even though we all know Miz is probably one of the best heels in the business, and it'll be different. Miz's dad is gonna be there. It's so many questionable things you could do with this. Anyway, I think we're getting a Miz and Shane McMahon feud because for the past few years they've been booking Shane McMahon to actually feud with someone at WrestleMania. Undertaker, AJ Styles. So I guess Miz is next. So I don't know. But Miz as a babyface does not work. It really doesn't. So I'm kind of hoping the Miz turns on Shane McMahon tonight and use it. And what if he has to use his father to get the heel turn? Like what if his dad comes in the ring, they lost, and then he kicks Shane McMahon in the nuts, and both of them start stomping him out or something like that. You know, it's making some mystery. But I'm going with the Usos to retain the titles. Oh my God, this one. Why is that's on the card too? Okay. We got the SmackDown Women's Championship. Asuka defends the title against Mandy Rose. If you think I'm picking Mandy Rose, you're a fucking jackass. Like, you're gonna have Mandy Rose walk in WrestleMania as SmackDown Women's Champion. Right. You gotta remember, this is Asuka. This is Asuka. This is a she's top tier to me in the wrestling business. You got your 4 horsewomen. Y'all put her right in that. Your 4 horsewomen, Asuka, Ruby Riott, and Moon. I put them all in that same category, that bubble. These girls that got that intensity and they can go and they can legit go. Of course, I'm going with Asuka, but I'm trying to see it. Like, how are they doing this? Asuka, I want to say that this is her. What is her? Is this her first or second title defense? I want to say this is her 3rd title defense since she's had that championship. Because I want to say the first one was against Naomi in a SmackDown on the SmackDown one time, and then of course the match with Becky Lynch. She really hasn't done anything with this title like that, and I think they just gave her that so everybody could shut up. I mean, we haven't seen her in 3 weeks since she won the motherfucker at TLC. Like, I hate how the main roster has been booking Asuka. I've actually hated this for the course of 2018. I hated this. This was absolutely fucking nauseating. Like, I would have, like, still, my whole deal with Asuka, I still stand on. She should not have been beaten at WrestleMania last year. She shouldn't. She should have been SmackDown Women's Champion all the way up to this year. All the way up to this year. And guess what? We would have gotten. Y'all could have finally, if y'all wanted to, y'all could have. No, I don't think that usually like you could have had a clusterfuck finish with her because if she was SmackDown Women's Champion, she was gonna be the one to fight Ronda, and she got a good reception when Becky Lynch was about to pick her. She got a good crowd pop. Was like, ooh, Asuka and Ronda, yes, I still want that to happen. But they have booked Asuka just horribly. They fed her to Carmella and that was like, I say this, WrestleMania is when Asuka died, and Money in the Bank in Chicago, my city, was the funeral service. At this point, you will not give Asuka her glory back, and she still has that. But she does have that thing that still makes her special. That's true, because she's dangerous. Everyone knows of her path of destruction. It's just they humanized her. When you get on the main roster, you get humanized. She was unstoppable in NXT. Just absolutely unstoppable. No one you could put her up against, and she wasn't gonna beat them. She beat everybody, and I think she should have beaten Charlotte too. But they, and then we got Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose has actually improved a lot. I used to think like, oh God, we got another blonde Barbie girl in this. Like oh God, first you got an Alexa Bliss and Carmel. I'm tired of seeing all these blonde Barbie girl-looking girls that try to be wrestlers and they're not good at what they do or they're boring. Mandy Rose, I actually like. She's actually not bad in the ring. She's passable in the ring. I'm not saying she's top quality to beat a women's champion like Asuka, but she is okay. She's up there in the, like, I guess you would call it, if the women's division had a mid-card, she would be in it. And I like her theme music. Her theme music is fucking dope. To me, I like her theme music. She's very good looking. But I don't see her getting this championship. Not tonight. Asuka's walking in to WrestleMania with the Women's Championship. And then that's the fucked up thing. Who do you have feud with Asuka for the championship? Who do you have Asuka to feud with the championship going into WrestleMania? I think she's literally beaten or ran through everything. Unless I would have booked it like this whole time. If you still wanted to do this Becky and Ronda feud, Asuka could still be in the play. A lot of people, I would have booked it like this. Why not just give us Asuka and Charlotte 2? Part 2. WrestleMania, have Asuka go over. But they have to have Charlotte's in the main event of WrestleMania. I'm going to touch on that in a little bit when we get to that match. Because, I don't know. I don't know who. I'm definitely not saying this should be Asuka versus Lacey Evans at fucking WrestleMania. Lacey Evans, I really don't even care for her because she just for the last month they just had her come out, wave, and go back. When are you gonna fucking wrestle? When are you gonna wrestle? When are you gonna get in the ring and show us what you can do? Yeah. She better not get a championship because I'm gonna have a rant about that. I will definitely rant about that. If Lacey Evans gets a championship match with Asuka at WrestleMania, she should not. Because who's she beating? Who's she beating? Who has she beaten? And then again, I'm like, Lacey Evans on the main roster. She's only gonna get over because she's Vince's fetish. She's Vince McMahon's fetish. She's tall. She's blonde. She has a nice body. I'm not gonna lie, she definitely has a nice body. But it was like. And the gimmick is actually different. It's something I could get used to seeing, but I don't care for it anymore. Because I'm like, go in there and give the women's right. Knock these bitches out. But you don't do that. You just come out, wave, look at all the classless things, and you leave. Like, that's not worthy to say you should get a championship match. That's just me. I'm not buying that shit. No. Asuka retains. And we got to see how they book her from there. Who do they book her from there? Because if Asuka doesn't have speaking of which, if Asuka doesn't have a match at WrestleMania as a champion, something's wrong. Speaking of champion, why the fuck Finn Balor isn't on this card? Where's Finn Balor? You ain't gonna get this man a fucking Intercontinental Championship match? Like, for real? You ain't gonna have him defend the title against nobody? As long as it ain't Trashley. Please do not book Trashley again. Oh, God. Yeah, Bobby Trashley. Bobby Trashley does nothing for me. He never did. Big muscle-bound dude. No character, charisma. How do you come out, you're a heel doing this? You think people gonna do that with you? You fucking idiot. Like, oh, God. The man is, And speaking of Trashley, he's in this fucking next match. The Shield versus Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, and Bobby Trashley. The Shield is winning just because it doesn't make sense to put them back together to lose to Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, and Bobby Lashley. It doesn't. It doesn't make sense. Now, I have a few problems about this. Well, it's mostly pertaining to the Shield in general. I don't give a fuck to see the Shield back together. This was if this was another way to get Roman over by reuniting the Shield, then this is just fucking appalling. Because I'm like, after the last time they broke up, I'm like, I don't want to see the Shield back until Undisputed Era gets a call up and they start fucking shit up. When they start fucking shit up, then you put the Hounds of Justice together. Simple. Simple. I personally do not care for this match. This might be a piss break match too. I really do not care for it. I don't. I do not care for this match. And now, one thing that would interest me if, well, they're not going to do that, is it's Roman Reigns. It's Vince's golden boy. If Roman Reigns attacked Dean Ambrose, because he actually has every right to. You talking about my leukemia, talking about I got to answer to the big dog, to the big man upstairs. Guess what, Dean? You finna answer to me and beat his ass. That would be funny. I would find that hilarious. But I wouldn't put it past them. They have motherfucking Dean Ambrose do some fuck shit to either Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns going into that one. I don't. I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them. So far, and I'm not really all that impressed with this build towards Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Like, I'm not really, like, they're not building toward this feud. Seth Rollins doesn't need to be reuniting the Shield to take on Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley when you have a fucking Universal title match. You need to stand on your words and say, like, hey, I got this championship match coming up, and I think they should heal. I was like, if I was in the creative back, I'd be like, no, we're not going to put the Shield together. We'll find something for these motherfuckers to do. I would personally have Roman feud with Dean because of the comments he said. You know, Dean was a heel, then turned back into a baby face. Like, what the fuck? They ruined his whole heel turn in the first place, which they shouldn't have. They should have made him maniacal. Instead, they're making this nigga look like Bane and shit, and that shit was just... Oh God, it was just so cringeworthy. It was so cringeworthy. But anyway, the Shield's winning this, and I don't give a fuck about that match. Okay, so we're getting close. We're getting to the end. So we got Becky Lynch versus Charlotte. This storyline, this Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda storyline has been everywhere, just bouncing off the wall. And literally, I don't know. It's so many different things you could have done with this. Like if I was running WWE, I would have had a whole way to book this perfectly. Like, okay, taking Becky out the match, even though this is one thing I've noticed for 2 years in a row, WWE has made the Women's Royal Rumble absolutely fucking pointless. I'm not sexist. You gotta think about it. The Women's Royal Rumble 2 years in a row has been fucking pointless. Asuka won the last one. Down the line, so I think that was what, in February, going into the Elimination Chamber, they had Asuka versus Nia Jax, and if Nia Jax wins, she gets put in the title match with Asuka. What? So she got eliminated in the Royal Rumble. She don't get no fucking title match. Like, who writes this shit? Like, this shit just, like, for real. What the actual fuck? So it's like, you took Becky out of the match, the winner of the Royal Rumble. You just made it pointless. By doing that, you made it pointless. You made it fucking pointless. Which is that's a negative. That's definitely a negative. But the positive, how I would have been booking a positive, okay, it could have still went like that. Yeah. I would have booked it like this, okay, if they didn't try to feign that whole Becky injury thing to go into the storyline, I would have done it like this. Coming out of TLC, Asuka still wins the title. Now, if they wanted to do this, I would have just squeezed this in there. Vince McMahon could still suspend Becky Lynch and replace her with Charlotte. Now, the whole twist was that you should have kept her suspended. Keep her off of TV. She should never came out and do any of that fuck shit until Ric Flair's birthday. Ric Flair's birthday episode would have been a great, even though we got Batista attacking Ric Flair, which was still fucking good because the war of words between Batista and Triple H is gonna be fucking hilarious. But I would have had Becky Lynch come out, beat the fuck out of Ric Flair, and say, hey, I'm gonna snap this old fuck's arm if you don't give me my title match. If you don't give me my title match with Ronnie back. I was like, but how do I book that? It was okay, I'll make you a deal. That was my Vince McMahon voice. At Fastlane, you're gonna face Asuka for the SmackDown Women's Championship. You win, you're in. Something simple, because I still personally believe that the women's division don't need two belts. That just needs to be unified. There needs to be a unification in this whole story. Or you could have had Charlotte do it. Charlotte could have won the TLC match, and she could trade in the SmackDown Women's Championship to be in the main event. But I guess they didn't do that like that. But I see this match might just have a clusterfuck finish. Right now, I see Ronda Rousey's not on the show because I guess she went through everybody on Raw. She went through everybody. All the top hitters on Raw, she went through them. So we don't need to see Ronda Rousey on this show. But I do think Ronda Rousey might just show up and beat the fuck out of both of them. That's how I would book it. I would not have Charlotte. I'm definitely not having Charlotte win, and I'm definitely and Becky Lynch wins, like, or like it could be the whole scenario where Charlotte let Ronda beat the fuck out of Becky, with Becky dips out. Like, what if Ronda comes in? If Ronda comes in and attacks Becky Lynch first, and then attacks Charlotte. Becky rolls out the ring. She just hammers away on Charlotte, and she still wins by disqualification, meaning she wins the spot. But I don't know if they're gonna do that. I really don't. I know Ronda Rousey is gonna be involved in this somehow. She's gonna somehow be involved in this. That's what I'm saying. I'm expecting a clusterfuck finish. I'm not expecting a clear 1-2-3 winner or a tap out submission. I personally, this whole feud with Ronda, this shouldn't have, those two should have never gotten in the ring with each other. I was like, you have to save that. That is a very precious moment. That's a very, very precious moment to have both, and they should have not have met until that in the ring until that time. And like I said, this storyline has been just off the wall and bounced everywhere, and I don't know. It's tough. This is gonna be tough. We just gotta see how it plays through. Gotta see how this shit play through. But I'm going on with a clusterfuck finish. That's all. Then we got Daniel Bryan defending the WWE Championship against Kevin Owens. A lot of people was talking shit like, oh man, this is a trap. Like, it's so much bullshit. Kofi got replaced. No, it's not. No, it's not. Would you rather have Kofi Kofi fight for the title at Fastlane or fight for the title at WrestleMania? If almost you want good caliber, you say that one for WrestleMania. So they needed Kevin Owens to actually, Kevin Owens to fill that spot. I mean, and you got to remember, Kofi Kingston is only in this because Mustafa Ali got injured. Mustafa Ali got injured, and and he's been lost in the shuffle because like he's been lost after that. That was supposed to be him in that 60-minute Iron Man match, that 60 Iron Man match, in that gauntlet match. He was supposed to get that. He was supposed to be in the Elimination Chamber, but he got injured and he couldn't do it. So they last minute people, let's put Kofi in there, and believe it or not, that got Kofi over. And guess what? I mean, it's got him even more over. And guess what? I mean, if you haven't seen Money in the Bank, listen to the pop Kofi gets from my city of Chicago. Listen to there was chanting Kofi then. There was Kofi chants throughout the whole All-State fucking arena. But it's not why. I don't think it'd be wise to put the title on Kevin Owens. I mean, Kevin Owens is there just to do a job. And the whole thing with this is Vince McMahon handpicked Kevin Owens, but you got to remember, a few months back, this man beat the shit out of you, headbutt you when you were bleeding everywhere. You know, he beat your ass trying to get to your son, and now you're granting him a title match. Makes no sense. Makes absolutely no fucking sense to me, if you personally ask me. But I'm not the one that writes this shit. Daniel Bryan is walking in Cleveland tonight, WWE Champion. Walking out, WWE Champion. Walking in WrestleMania with that title. And you get your Daniel Bryan and Kofi match. Now, it would be a feel-good moment. You put like I said, if it'd be a feel-good moment, you put the Kofi on top. You put the title on Kofi. It could be a good feeling. He'll have that he'll have it. You get a great pop for it and everything. But personally, do you expect him to hold that title long and carry the brand of SmackDown? No. I don't see it. I don't see it. I think he could probably win the WWE Championship, but he's not champion. I don't want to say he's not champion material. When I look at a champion now, it's different. It's a different type of vibe. Tommaso Ciampa is a great champion because he portrays his character well and he's really good in the ring and he embodies what a champion should be. Shayna Baszler also embodies what a champion should be.
Hey.
Okay.
You got that back here.
Kofi, I mean, I don't see a champion flipping pancakes. That's just me. It's gonna be a good moment, but I don't expect him to hold that title for that long. I don't. I don't. But then again, it's gonna be a fun match between him and Daniel Bryan, and I don't know. This is it. After this, it's straight WrestleMania. After this, straight WrestleMania. After this, and they haven't even have half their card ready. They don't even have a card ready. Why don't they have any, like, they only have what, about 2 matches penciled in, and that's Charlotte and Ronda, which Becky is going to get added to, and Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins, and you really don't have anything else penciled in. Like, it's even like, who do you feud Finn Balor with for the Intercontinental title? Please not Bobby Trashley, please. To anything possible, please. Now, what if, no, I want to do that. I was thinking, what if they booked Finn Balor against a mystery opponent for the Intercontinental Championship, and Lars Sullivan comes out. Still having Lars Sullivan has been signed to the main roster, but he has not been featured. Doesn't do mental health and stuff like that. But what if that happens? I don't know. I don't know how Finn Balor's not on this show, so shows they don't give a fuck about Finn Balor or the Intercontinental title, and that's fucked up. Like WWE shit. But I don't know. We just gonna watch and see what happens. We just gonna watch and unfold what happens. Like I said, Daniel Bryan's gonna retain, and this is gonna that's Fastlane. So there y'all have it, man. It's the Fastlane pay-per-view predictions for tonight. We gonna see what's cracking, see what's popping, and shit, who knows? Who knows what'll happen? I'm never really that excited for certain shows like this, especially Fastlane, a seed level pay-per-view to completely just throw it away. It needs to be thrown away. I don't think, can this be the last Fastlane we ever get? We get like Battleground, like some of these pay-per-views we don't fucking need. We don't need any of them gimmick ones either. Like I remember they had a Fatal 4-Way pay-per-view. Why the fuck did you have that? But anyway, I question a lot of things the people running this company do, specifically Vince McMahon. But hey, that's your Fastlane card, y'all. I'm gonna get at y'all in a minute, man. YouTubers is good. It's your boy Cool the Super Saiyan Guy signing out.